We are the Bear Broz Podcast.
How you doing, big guy?
I am doing good, even though something seems.
Yo, yeah, wait, hold up. Wait, what are we forgetting? Well,
Oh! Monsters of the Midway Juice. New flavor. Bad apple.
bad apple. Imagine that. He's only been doing this drink since day one and he forgets to start with it. Dude,
I am in such a mood because it's been a while. It's been a while since we
you have that problem too? I got some pills.
It's saying I'm not used to it, and stuff like that, but
I don't know where he's going with this, ladies and gentlemen.
It's been 3 games. We're on a 3-game win streak. I don't know if anybody told you. I don't even remember if that happened in the 2018 season.
I don't think we've ever won 3 games in a row. The last time I remember.
It's been a while.
I think so.
I'm just saying. So, cheers.
Monday night game. Monday night.
Yes, and it was. I watched the whole thing. I don't know if you realized, saw the game winner because this so-called fan of ours decided to go to bed after Zach Ertz got a touchdown. He's like, I'm good, I'm out. I'm like, dude, no faith. I even said that, no faith. He was gone.
In my defense.
There is no defense.
I was so pissed off. We were doing excellent. They saw our podcast and they said, hey, we're going to listen to this white guy tell us to run the ball. And they ran the ball. And then all of a sudden, just shit started happening. Shit wasn't going the right way. I was getting pissed.
You mean like the bullshit flag that took the touchdown away from
Golden and the blocked field goal, and then the touchdown to Ertz? I was like, fuck this. Not only because I was going against Jaden Daniels, but so yes, I went to bed right after the
I'm assuming he means in fantasy football because I don't think he literally went against Jaden Daniels because I don't think he's got it like that. But
everybody's got jokes, but hey, you never know. But anyways, so yes, I did. I was pissed off. I was like, okay, because we should have breezed right through them. They were without a bunch of people, but
especially their passing game with the fact that they didn't have McLaurin, they didn't have Noah Brown, the Hail Mary catcher, But you got to give credit to our team from the bat because we were the lowest ranked run defense.
I thought we did
versus the number 1 run defense.
Did excellent,
and we held up.
I
don't know if it's because we got players back or what, and it was just a whole different defense. Everybody expected them to run the brakes off of us, and it was the other way around.
I was happy right from the get-go. It was just a different vibe, and I love watching Ben Johnson on the sideline. He has the best poker face ever.
Absolutely. If I ever decided to go to Vegas to try to win the World Series of Poker and you need a teammate for it, I'm calling Ben Johnson.
Have you ever played poker in your life?
I have not. I got to save up to be poor, so I can't afford to play poker.
But what I'm saying, though, so, right off the bat, boom, 2 turnovers. It's fucking loving it. Caleb looked great. We were running the ball. Magungai, say his name.
Magungai.
Still running with a purpose.
We owe DeAndre Swift an apology. I think a lot of Bears fans.
Whoa, what's this we shit?
Well, you called for the running game. We were questioning DeAndre Swift as to whether or not he was the guy. You liked Magungai because
he was with a purpose, no matter what.
That's your go-to, and I'm the monkey thump. You're the run with a purpose.
But on last week's show, if you remember, I said player of the game, over 100 yards and 2 tutties. He got 1 tutty, but he ran. Oh my God, holes were opening.
Absolutely,
holes were opening.
Dude.
And there was one time
ran a tank through the holes that are offensive.
And I loved it. And to be honest, you got to give credit to Jaden Daniels. He did ball out a little bit, but you know what? If that was Caleb Williams, they would have said, yep, Caleb Williams, another big game. But nobody's – and you had sent me something about Troy Aikman, and that pissed me off.
Yeah, because Troy Aikman, it's become something it didn't need to be, and To his defense, I was listening to that last drive. I was watching clips of our last drive, and he wasn't saying anything negative about Caleb. It was just the way that he highlighted Washington and Jaden Daniels more than he gave us any love. Like calling the DeAndre Swift touchdown lucky.
How?
It was a play.
But if that was at McGarrett, whatever.
Oh, no, Bill. Excuse me. Bill Merrick something.
He would have said, that's a hell of a run by a heck of a player. So DeAndre Swift is an all-pro, 1,000-yard back. He juked the defender, and he went right past the other one. So how was that luck?
You know what it reminds me of? It's the reverse Colin. I'm drawing a blank. The guy that's word vomit from Sunday Night Football. Yes, about how he's got such a love fest for Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson that I think he gets paid to talk about them when they're not even in the game.
I think so, yeah.
Where Caleb Williams played well. Caleb Williams has played well. And everybody, once again, wants to give everybody else credit. But guaranteed, if he had thrown a key interception to like Jaden Daniels did, and had fumbled the ball when the game was in their hands, if he doesn't fumble that ball, I don't know if we get the ball back and win the game.
Maybe not.
And then the drive, he made plays.
I thought he did from the highlights I watched.
You mean after you went to sleep instead of watching it like a true fan?
I remember it differently. But anyways, I thought exactly what I've been telling you. I wanted to see the command. And he was finally showing emotion on the sideline. He was getting pissed. And he also went over at times talking with his linemen. Now, I remember I had saw the following day, I believe it was Kyle Brandt, talking about it's a different Bears team. It's a different regime. If everything that...
Which I sent you, by the way.
Yeah, okay, maybe you sent it to me.
What I do.
He sent me a bunch of stuff, so I can't really say on the air, but as I was watching, I'm listening, and Kyle Brandt was correct. If this was any other coaching genre that we've had, we would have fumbled the ball, ran a dump play.
We would have folded like a cheap suit.
And you know what? I am happy, not only because I won money, but it's a 3-game winning streak. We won.
I mean, and I think I can't think of any other team in the NFL right now that's got a 3-game winning streak.
No one.
Because everybody's either falling apart, the top name teams, or they're starting to get wins, but it's sporadic. Yes, we were lucky in the Vegas game of blocking a field goal. You could say that was luck. I mean, because there's no way to expect something like that. But you have a kicker. You have one job. They got you in field goal contention in a makeable field goal position.
And he came through.
Yes, he missed the one before that. Right. And that's another thing you got to give our coaching staff credit for, because we could have kept trying to go for the touchdown. Aikman and his tag team partner, drawing a blank at his name, kept saying that they don't want to see Jake Moody. They don't want to see Jake Moody. They want a touchdown. They don't want to see Jake Moody. Jake Moody was a 3rd-round draft pick. Who cares? He's a kicker. Most kickers aren't first-round picks except for Sebastian Janikowski. Most of them are late-round picks anyway, because everybody values every other position before they focus on the kicking game.
Yep.
And that's why it was there. Jake Moody, it did work in San Francisco. It worked here. And after being called up, it's like getting a promotion, a couple of hours before your shift starts.
Absolutely. And I'd like to say something. He got called up. I don't know what was the deal with Cairo Santos. I don't get paid to know that. Do you get paid to know that?
I wish I did. Who knows? Maybe someday.
I guess those peanut butter and jelly sandwiches later.
Hey, don't knock peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
But rainy, shitty weather, clutch. He came through. He deserves a lot of credit.
Absolutely.
He deserves
to be called up just before the game and say, "Okay, here you go." And he counted for 4 field goals.
Yes.
No, correction, 3. He was 3 or 4.
No, 4 or 5.
My apologies.
I can count.
But, I mean, there's not a lot of kickers that would have been, if you put them in that position, are going to be ready to go in terrible weather. That's why I don't fault him too badly on the missed field goal because, yes, he kicked it low, but it's terrible weather. And it happens.
So, this is going to be a bad lead-in. Let's see, because we don't really discuss what we're going to do. So
Sometimes.
I want to talk about something real quick that is pissing me off.
Shoot.
Here. Oh, hey, that's a flag.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, that roughing the passer.
Wait.
Oh, my gosh.
What about...
His arm is moving because he got pushed. And his arm grazed his head.
What about Colston Loveland? Apparently, offensive pass interference. Are you fucking kidding me?
The offensive pass interference confuses the
There's
hell
a
out of me
5-yard
because
period.
he turned around. It wasn't like he shoved him out of the way and then turned around and the ball was right there. He had to make a move and came back to the ball, and they take away a first down.
And what about the penalty on the touchdown to Rome Odunze? And I'm not bringing that up because he's got both of them in fantasy. That was another bullshit call.
Exactly. You broke the streak when it didn't need to be because Rome would have had his 5th game in a row with a touchdown.
Yep.
And my daughter broke her heart because Rome is her favorite player. She was like, "Did Rome get the touchdown?" I said, "No, the refs took it from him."
I'm sure that he added a little bit more explicitives to that. But anyway, I'm telling you.
I mean, not too many. She's 14, so I try to keep a respectable life. Even though sometimes she's got a mouth like a trucker.
Absolutely. I've heard it. But I'm just saying, how many more times are we going to get bullshit calls like that? I'm just saying, we all see highlights. And you know what else, before I go into that part? I watched a lot of people say, yeah, obviously you can go on YouTube, you can go on Facebook, Instagram, and there's everybody is saying the Bears are getting housed by bad calls. Why? Is it?
I have no answer. I don't know if it's because Caleb hasn't earned the equity with the referees like some of the superstars, because the same shit happened with Justin Fields. Justin Fields would have his head taken off, no call. But yet it happens to the other quarterback, flag.
I'm just saying, I don't
There were so many first downs the Commanders got because of calls called on us, roughing the passer more than once.
Oh my God.
And
Wait a minute. Was it Montez Sweat? He was up in the air like this, and he came down, and he did not bring his arm down. He just let his motions go, which I believe, I didn't do any research, so just go with me. I believe that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to just go through the motion, because when you sack a
he
quarterback...
didn't get him the pillow and put it down and sing him a lullaby.
But tell me if I'm wrong. When you sack a quarterback, you can't drive him to the ground. You got to bring...
You can take him to the ground. You can't put your weight on top of him.
And all his I think it was Montez Sweat. He was just like this in the air, and he was like, "Okay, I'm just going through the motion," and he goes like this.
Yeah, and a lot of that was because the offensive lineman hit him from behind. If you watch the play, they even pointed that out. He got pushed into him.
I don't.
And they call a penalty on that.
I don't get it. Now, boy, stepping up, Luther Burden.
Yes, and he's going to need to, because here's kind of going into week 7. We're going to get into that, but there's no reason to play DJ Moore on Sunday.
And why would I apologize. I had a busy work schedule. I was too lazy to research. This is why this guy gets paid the money he does for the research and the stats. He's also the stat guy. Why?
Who do you think buys the monster, the big wages?
Well, Bear Broz pays him that. But anyways, you get reimbursed for it. Make sure you turn it in, because HR has been asking me about it. So why was
we don't want to talk about HR.
Oh, isn't that our wives? Yeah, go ahead. You can talk bad about your wife. No.
Not likely.
Okay. So why was
don't want to get canceled.
Hey, you know what? That guy's pretty smart. So why was DJ Moore held overnight?
So the only thing that I'm hearing is that it has something to do with his groin. As to, I didn't know if it was because when he hurt his knee.
When he went out, yep.
Yes, I haven't gotten the full particulars on it. I know they said Ben Johnson said he was back in Chicago, so obviously it couldn't have been too serious to where he needed to stay in D.C. for a long period of time. So if any of our viewers seeing this have more information, please put it in the comments so we know what's going on. I haven't heard much more of what happened with DJ to require the hospital stay.
Absolutely.
I do know that it was something with his groin, and that's why, no offense to the New Orleans Saints, you are the second lowest ranked NFL team in the entire league, not just the conference. There's no reason he needs to play that game. Give him the day off. I mean, if he's not a number one anymore, let's just keep it real. He is a number one receiver. He's just not our number one receiver anymore. That is Rome Odunze wholeheartedly. And Burden, that one play where he caught him on the stride and he tried to juke and got a few more yards.
And he was running pissed off, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, he should. I mean, he keeps getting overlooked. That kid's a burner.
So, with DJ, I think 3 games now, he's had some sort of an injury, but he's played through it.
Mm-hmm.
Now.
Because he's dialed in. I don't think if this was last year with Matt Eberflunk, he would have played. I mean, think about it. He walked off the field because he supposedly had something happen because he didn't want to get hurt anymore. He's been playing. He was back in not too long after because he's become a dog. He's dialed in. Ben Johnson has got everybody. It's just ever since he called them out, things have happened. And there's another thing I give him a lot of credit for. Theo Benedict. Putting him as the Canadian Eagle as our starting left tackle when there was questions on how our offensive line was going to do coming off the bye week. What happened? Look at the holes that it created. Look what it did for DeAndre Swift.
Absolutely.
Now it kind of changes things a little bit because you very well know I've been saying trade for Breece Hall, trade for Breece Hall, trade for Breece Hall. Could happen, don't know. But in all honesty, if it doesn't happen, I'm not 100% upset about it because DeAndre Swift is showing why he did well in Philly. Remember, he was a 1,000-yard rusher when he was with the Philadelphia Eagles, and he had an offensive line to create holes for him.
Exactly.
What happened? He got holes. He ran like he knew something was up.
I think he ran because he was like, listen, this is bullshit.
What did he run with?
My catchphrase. Can't steal it.
I'm not. That's why I opened the door for you. He monkey stomped the defense. That's me. Monkey stomp.
With a purpose. But, so, the reason why I brought up DJ Moore, one, because I'm piss poor at research. But anyways, if I'm on a team and we came from horrible coaching and just no discipline, to see a guy
multiple times, because it was like that in Carolina too for him.
And to see a guy who got paid, DJ got his money.
Yes, he did.
And he's out there, he's getting hurt, but he's out there playing. That's something, and I'm going to make a bad reference, I know, that reminds me of the flu game of Michael Jordan. Right? Michael Jordan had the flu.
Ironically, they talked about Caleb Williams doing the shrug.
Oh, yeah. But, I'm just thinking, if I'm in a team or if I'm in a work environment or whatever, and I see somebody who does not have 100%, but that person is going out there and they're doing what they possibly can, how can you not get behind somebody like that?
Exactly.
How can you?
I mean, and he's showing that he's a teammate. So now I've mentioned numerous times the ideas of trading him away to get pieces. I'm not so sure I want. Well, I didn't want them to get rid of DJ Moore anyway. I love DJ Moore. I've got the jersey. I was happy when we got him. My wife's not because she's a Carolina Panthers fan, but I'm like, thank you. You gave us Caleb. You gave us DJ Moore. If we become what I think we can, if we continue this run, 1-1 every week, 1-1 every week, and I pray after each game to see those victory speeches.
Oh my God, I love them. Oh my God.
I waited all night for it. Didn't show it. First thing in the morning, they showed his victory speech. I'm like, I would run through a wall for that guy.
I know. But you know what? So when I saw it, I tried doing the same speech. Wait, yeah. So Monday. So I saw it Tuesday. Yeah. So I watched that speech over and over and over again.
Good, better, best.
I love it, and I gotta tell you, I tried that speech right before I had sex, and it did not work. A drink, you asshole. Jesus. We gotta work better here. I'm sitting here waiting.
Holy shit! I was not expecting that, y'all. I'm just saying.
But anyways, so in all seriousness, I love when he does that, and I know that repeatedly you're like, hey, trade DJ Moore for this and this. I'm thinking right now because of how dialed in the team is. Why would you
disrupt the apple cart?
Why would you do that?
Not one bit.
Where's that from?
I don't know. I've heard it in my eons on this planet, so I gotta go with it. Don't disrupt the apple cart.
Okay.
Don't question it, man. Just go with it.
And he said that with
because our offense is clicking.
Right.
You don't want to take away pieces from that. Same thing with, I don't know if we should trade Rojo, even though it wouldn't hurt because Manungai is the guy.
Hey, what's his first name?
Kyle.
There he goes. Call him Kyle.
Kyle! And then Caleb with his receivers. Loveland is starting to get more acclimated. We still got Cole Kmet out there too. Defense, they stepped up. And I read a thing on Facebook and I never thought about it. What team did everybody say, oh, we beat them because of their horrible defense?
Dallas. Yes.
Do you know we lead the NFL right now in average takeaways per game?
Really?
Do you know who's on our coaching staff? Al Harris. Where did we get Al Harris from? From Dallas. Dallas, when their secondary was getting all of the plays. Al Harris. And who brought Al Harris with him? Ben Johnson. I said it. He created the Avengers. He went and got Dennis Allen. Great defensive coordinator. We had some doubts after the Detroit game, even though we should have won the game against Minnesota.
Yep.
Again, the shoulda, coulda, wouldas. We should be 4-1,
but we're not. But
we're 3-2. We are above 500, and arguably the toughest division in the league. Of the fact that the last place team, us currently, is 3-2. Every other team. And I'm so confused about how ties make your record better with Green Bay currently in first place. But
so, I had a train of thought and I lost it. No, it's all right. No, I just get excited about. Oh, wait.
You caused me to break.
No, it's okay. Luther Burn, I'm gonna come back. So I have a good lead. Okay. Have you ever seen the movie Terminator 2?
Yes.
Okay. You remember when they were over at Skynet and they went down and I forget the actor's name is a black guy and he showed them that they already had the previous arm. Do you remember this? Okay,
and then he dies by holding the thing.
So that literally has nothing to do with this segment. Anyways, it's my job to make him laugh. But I want to talk about Luther Burden. Second round pick.
Mm-hmm.
I
second rounders who should have been a first rounder.
I made it very, very obvious that I hated his tweet about what are you going to do when I'm going off for 202 targets. I hated that. He's not the starter yet, but this is what I've noticed in the last 3 games. Stepped up.
Well, absolutely. I mean, he should want to.
That's why,
because you can't talk trash like that and then not back it up by playing like ass.
But what I'm saying though is Ochifis or whatever, Ozifis, however you say his name, I don't know.
Zacchaeus. Don't ask me how to pronounce his first name. We just call him Oz.
Oh, I just screw up his name. But hey, thanks for embarrassing me. But anyways,
right there with
so the starters is DJ, Rome, and Oz. So Luther Burden comes in
and takes Oz's spot.
And when he gets his opportunities, he makes the most of it. Like that pass to him, you said that he fought and got more yards. To me, that is somebody who is saying, okay, I know what my role is. This is what I'm going to do. And to me,
and I'm learning from veterans who have done it.
And to me, this does not have any of that, oh, woe is me type of bullshit. It's like, okay, I understand and I accept it. Sorry, I thought he said he loved me. Sorry. Really? Oh, I heard love. But anyways, but to me, that's really important because I don't want to bring up names, but who was a wide receiver from Buffalo who went to Houston, now he's in New England? Oh yeah.
Stephon Diggs.
He's a bad apple. Right?
Supposedly.
I think.
I mean, there's a lot of wide receivers that they say, "Oh, this guy was a bad apple," but then you talk to his teammates, and
they have to say that.
Not always.
I'm just saying, but Luther Burden, I'm just saying, chip on his shoulder, but he's like, "This is my role. I accept it. When I get my opportunity, I'm going to make the most of it." And
I don't get the yards. Who cares? Like, have you heard DJ Moore say once that he's gotten less yards than Rome has, or he hasn't gotten the touchdown?
Absolutely,
he got the one wide open touchdown, and you really don't hear anything else. And because what's the one thing that you say the most? Winning cures everything.
It does.
I keep going back to it. Philadelphia Eagles, they've got a wide receiver whining that he's not getting the stats. And what's happened? 2 weeks in a row?
Yep.
And honestly, if it wasn't for the tush push, which they're just giving the NFL, leverage to ban it next year because of the offsides that are not getting called. But they ran it 4 consecutive plays in a row. The fourth one finally resulted in a touchdown. But come on now, you're not creative enough to come up with a different play when you've got Saquon Barkley in the backfield?
Yep. Arguably on his way to the Hall of Fame. Arguably, I'm just saying. But, so
he should have the all-time single season.
He should have. But but he said, he says, I didn't need it. It wasn't important. So I want to talk about our defense.
Yes.
Grady Jarrett was out. Was he a healthy scratch? Because he was good to go.
I don't know.
Well, so
I'm okay with that because Shamar Turner showed why he put him in the Dennis Allen defense. Things are going to happen. He could be the next big star.
It could be.
And having Kyler Gordon back. Definitely, our secondary was on point. Yes, they didn't have their top guys, but it doesn't matter. You still got Debo.
Yep.
Debo, did Debo have a Debo game? No, he did not.
No.
And the interception by Brisker, his first career interception, and it happened at a key point. The fumble happened at a key point.
TJ Edwards. I love Byard. Say his name.
Byard.
I loved his interception. I was watching it and just boom. I was like, shit, we're watching and then boom.
Yeah, because I remember at the beginning of the game getting text messages from him before he finally gave up.
Yeah, because he's 2 minutes ahead of me. And
that's I haven't gotten that figured out.
I'm getting a text message.
I watch my games on Hulu.
What are you talking about?
I watch my games on Hulu Live, and there's so many damn streaming services. That is what it is. But they were moving the ball, and then what happens? Interception. We didn't score from it, or other than 3 points, but
3 points were huge.
Hey, points are points. I mean, think about how different that game would have been. 1, obviously, if we had gotten a touchdown. 2, if we had gotten the field goal. Darryl Green, Washington Redskins legend, said that we would have won that game by even more had the referees not taken plays away from us.
Take a minute and say, Darryl Green, you're awesome. Thank you very much for that. I love that. Thank you.
Because it's about time people start realizing we are putting together something special. And it's all phases. It's not in the past, like in 2018, our defense was the bread and butter. And Mitch came along for the ride. Even in 2014, when we made it to the Super Bowl, and it was Brian Urlacher and company, and Rex Grossman just went along for the ride. And now it's the defense does their thing, and we've got a quarterback to run the ship.
Yep.
And we could be dangerous if we keep the momentum going. And due to unfortunate circumstances for some of our opponents, we don't know what Lamar Jackson's coming back in a couple of weeks. But the fact of the matter is, we're about to play the New Orleans Saints. That game we should win.
Good.
Keyword is should, because there are many trap games in the NFL where, I mean, the Saints gave trouble to the Bills. The Bills ended up winning, but it wasn't as big of a win as most people projected. You know? And ask the Philadelphia Eagles how they feel about the Giants, which was a trap game. Same thing with the Chargers a week before that. Trap game. And so I think we're going to win this game.
Okay.
No, because I'm pulling up the schedule as what I'm talking about with unfortunate situations. Then we go up against who knows what they are, Baltimore Ravens. Because right now their defense is on pace to give up the most points in NFL history.
And that's horrible to say.
And I don't think Lamar Jackson coming back full strength, if he does, is going to be much of a difference. Because word is right now, he's supposed to come back
after the bye week this week, yeah.
Well, yeah, week 8. So, but is he going to be 100%? And then after that, we play the Bengals with, Grandpa Joe. What's going to happen with their receivers aren't the same.
Just watch out for Myles Garrett. You got to give him his credit.
Myles Garrett plays for the Browns.
What did I say? Bengals? Did you say the Bengals?
Yes, with Trey Hendrickson. But he's banged up. Then you go to the Giants. The Arm and Hammer right now. Those boys are doing something. And then we go up against the Vikings. So if we get a win streak, keep going, and Caleb gets more confidence. Our running game keeps going. Our defense keeps getting takeaways.
Glad they listened to me about the and all that. I just want to say, let's say for some odd reason we do lose to the Saints. I think at where we're at right now, it's going to be like, okay, back to the drawing board. Just like
it depends on how we lose. True. Like if Caleb makes mistakes, because here's another thing about Caleb. Caleb does, except for the stupid interception in the Detroit game.
Yeah,
he's had one interception on the season.
Well, okay, so I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to piggyback off what you just said. How's Josh Allen doing?
He was a dumpster fire in the game against the
Falcons. So how come Caleb Williams can't have, say, a bad game? Every person has a bad game. That's right.
Because he was the number 1 overall pick, and everybody wants
for a franchise that's never had a quarterback since Sid Luckman.
And everybody wants to bash him. We've never had a 4,000-yard receiver, quarterback. But we're doing what we're doing because he's controlling. He's moving the ball. He's making smart plays. And why is that? Because him and his coach are on the same page.
So I'm sure
the coach that calls the plays.
And I'm sure that you saw it on the sidelines. It was coming down to crunch time. You could see Ben Johnson say, "Caleb, shut the fuck up."
Yeah.
Did you see?
Yes, I saw that.
Now, I don't think Ben Johnson said that to be mean. I just think he said, I think that's his way. The way I took it was, calm down, but you got to let people use their own lingo, right? I mean,
and it was after an incident happened and there was a penalty, and with a lot of quarterbacks, they'll argue, and that pisses off the referees.
Right.
They're not on your side at the moment anyway. Why would you give more fuel to the fire of, this is an arrogant punk, let's continue to let calls go against him and his team and let everything else go that happens to him?
But that's what I like. I like this type of a coach, and it reminds me of a Bill Walsh. It reminds me of a Mike Ditka. Just those coaches that were like, listen, shut the fuck up, basically.
And the funny thing about Ditka is I keep seeing this thing about comparing to Mike Ditka's begin with the Bears. He started the season 0-2, and then what happened?
I mean, but, okay, so we're going into the Saints. We're going to be here. We're going to be out there. know what? I was finally close. I don't remember what my score prediction was last week, but I was close.
I don't remember the prediction. I just remember you saying they were going to win.
I remember saying 100 yards, 2 tutties. And before I get my prediction, my whole point is when I talk about this is like DeAndre Swift, right? He's like he was getting frustrated. You had to, but once you put the Canadian Eagle or whatever, right, in, the holes opened up. Now whatever, it doesn't matter. What does that do to DeAndre Swift? It tells him like, wait a minute, you guys are opening up holes now, because I saw him run like he was pissed.
He ran like he did in Philly.
He ran
with a purpose.
There you go. So we're going into New Orleans, or are we home?
Are you going to charge me with copyright infringement for saying that?
Not today.
Or is it because you served it up?
Not, see, okay. You're my family. You're my boy. So
that's fair.
Whatever's mine is
fair. I don't want to have to monkey stomp you. I'm just saying, I haven't had a chance to integrate it because it was such a close game.
So Spencer Rattler's the quarterback. Mm-hmm. You got to give it to Alvin Kamara. He may not be Alvin.
I'm hearing he's banged up, so who knows what's up with that. And that's a person that I kind of want to check off the list, because with his injury history, like I said, for me, if we are going to trade for a running back, it's up down to 2 people: Breece Hall, there's something about that kid, and the one from Miami.
A chain.
No, chain. Yeah. But I don't know if we need him, because the 1-2 punch of Swift and Manungai.
If it's not broke, I'll fix it. But anyways, so you got to give Alvin Kamara his credit. He may not be the Alvin Kamara from 3 or 4 years ago, but you got to give him his due. You got to give Chris Olave. You got to give it to him.
Even though he's supposed to be on the trade block too,
right?
It's like the Saints are just saying, okay, step right up. Who do you want?
So their defense, you got to give Demario Davis, who's still playing, and who's their sack leader there? Cameron Jordan.
Yes.
And they do have a decent secondary. I think we can take them. I think
as long as we continue to play smart.
I mean, I just think that I just think our winning culture and how everything is, I'm going to call it right now. I think Caleb Williams.
And it's it's an away game.
It's an away game, that's what I thought.
No, it's a home game. Sorry, it's a home game.
The home or away?
It's home.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay. I think, my prediction, I think we're going to put up. Oh, by the way, I forgot. You were saying that we're, the stats. We are the only team in the NFL to get 20 points every game.
Yes.
Just wanted to put it out there. So, I think building on this.
We're not going to get the respect that we should.
Because we're Chicago.
We're lucky.
Yeah.
I mean, but points are points.
The Chiefs and Mahomes was getting respect when they were 0-2. But anyways, here's my prediction. I think, of course, I still say we need another huge defender just to step up. I get that. But
throw some picks to many of the options out there. The one that I absolutely love, the one I've heard, which is a pipe dream, and if this happens, is everybody saying, should we give Vegas a call? Because they're going the wrong direction.
Max Crosby in a Bears jersey. That'd be equivalent to Khalil Mack.
Oh, absolutely. I wouldn't mind giving up first round picks for him. Give him first round, second rounds. Throw the player if you want. What the hell?
So here's my prediction. First, Booker, you got to step up. Okay.
Did he play?
He did.
Okay.
You got to step up. You're a preseason MVP. Step your game up. I'm calling you right now. What's his first name? Austin.
Yeah, Austin. Austin 316.
I just wanted to throw you in. Austin Booker, step up. Here's my prediction. I think we're going to go 31-18. Caleb Williams throws for over 300, 3 tutties, and he's going to throw a pick.
I don't think he's going to throw a pick. He's been playing smart. They make a fabulous play. I'm kind of going, I like that. I'm going to go with 28-7. I don't think with the way our defense is starting to click that we're going to give up some touchdowns.
You know what we should start doing? We should start writing down our things and see who comes the closest. We should start doing that.
And see which one's right so we can brag. And the funny thing is, because we're going to watch it together, we're actually going to watch the end of the game. Both of us. I mean, I'm mentioning names of somebody that decided to stop watching the game, and what happens? We won.
So you're saying if we're losing, I should just go to sleep?
And I'm just you talk about when we're not playing well, I got to move spots and from one chair to another.
Okay, so hold on, ladies and gentlemen, before we go. So yes, that is true. So years ago when I bought this house, I probably already mentioned, I went to this store and it had this big, huge. I call it the fat boy chair. Okay, it's about this big.
I love it.
It's comfortable.
Chair and a half.
So when he sits in there. Or when he sits in there, we play really good. If he decides he wants to come over onto the new couch or a chair or whatever, no, get back over there.
Mention my daughter, who's a Bears fan in training. She's really starting to follow suit. Like if we win, I have a tradition. If we win, I wear Bears gear to work for the next day. If we lose, I wear just regular clothes, and I don't wear Bears gear until the following Thursday because it's a new week. She's starting to do the same. We won. She wore the Caleb Williams jersey to school the next day.
But you know what? Our first win, I didn't wear my jersey.
So maybe you shouldn't this time.
Were we here for our second win? Yes.
Yes, because I wore it was the Brandon Marshall game. I wore Brandon Marshall. She wore Rome Odunze. We won. Rome balled out.
Did I wear anything?
Which I think he's going to do again.
Did I wear anything?
I hope you wore things. I remember you were clothed because that would have been awkward.
Maybe. Wait, hold on.
I don't remember if you wore.
Can I do my Chris Collins? Or I'm sorry. Can I do my my Tony Romo? I don't think I've worn Bears gear. Anything. I don't think I have.
I think you might have the first week. I think you wore your...
No, the first week was a Monday night game, but second you were here.
No, but I think that's true. Didn't you wear the Khalil Mack the first one? Which sometimes I'm like, can you wear the jersey of somebody no longer on the team? And they're still playing. Like I stopped wearing my Alshon Jeffrey jersey after he went to Philly. I have my Khalil Mack jersey. I haven't worn it since.
So I'm not big into jerseys. I'm still waiting on a Rome Odunze jersey. Do you know anything about that?
It's gonna happen.
Okay. True?
Yes.
Okay. And I'm more of a t-shirt type person.
I'm all about jerseys. I'm surprised. On my days off, I wear jerseys. I just decided to, look a little professional with the.
When you walked up on the porch, I'm like, hey, coach for the Bears. You're saying you look pretty good there, man.
I've said there's 2 jobs in my life that would be a dream job if I worked for the WWE or if I worked for the Bears.
See, it's funny. I thought, because we've been friends for so long, I really thought it would have been a cameraman in a porno. But
who says I haven't done that yet? Dude.
What comes up off my
where his mind is at.
It's all over the place. But that's what makes our friendship and this podcast tick.
Exactly.
It's what we are. And if you are familiar with our show, if not, go back and watch and subscribe because you're a bonehead if you don't.
And every comments, yes, absolutely. Subscribe, tell your friends about us, the whole 9 yards. Because we love doing this, and
every time we do a show, my job that I get paid to do on this show, which I need to talk to HR because I haven't received a check in 2 weeks, is to make him laugh and break character. So that's what I do.
I mean, you get paid? Oh. I was just saying, I missed that memo. So my prediction, I mentioned that it's going to be 28-7. Who's your player of the game prediction?
Caleb Williams.
I'm going to go in reverse from last week's episode. I'm going to go with DeAndre Swift. I think he's going to have another 100-yard game.
Sandbaggers, working on my.
Dude, it's like The Price is Right. You pick 100, I'm gonna pick 101. I picked Caleb last week. You picked DeAndre Swift. Well, this week we're gonna do it in reverse. I'm picking DeAndre Swift. I think Ben Johnson wants to prove that it wasn't a one-time thing, and he's going to keep the running game going to open up everything else.
And of course, I'm sorry to cut you off. Is our defense? I'm just drawing a quick blank. I got the Will Itis in me. Dennis Allen.
Yes, He's going back to his up against his old team, so he's got a point to prove.
Yeah. And I gotta say, ever since week 2, our defense has looked much better. Much better.
And the other thing that I will say, and we talked about it the first couple of episodes about how much we used to like Justin Fields. How do you Bears fans, are you still saying that we should have kept Justin Fields instead of Caleb Williams?
Looks horrible. I feel bad for him. I love Justin Fields.
I love Justin Fields, and I feel bad for Aaron Glenn because, I mean, he's getting his opportunity, and I mean,
it's going to
look how it is in Tennessee. A head coach got fired, and you don't hear anybody talking about Cam Ward because it's not on him that the coaching isn't the right coaches. Where us, because Caleb Williams came in with such flash, it was like Caleb Williams can't do this. Caleb Williams doesn't have accuracy. He's selfish and blah blah blah. When is Caleb Williams going to get the same respect that other quarterbacks got? Because if you look at the Kansas City game, yes, they won. But was all of that because of Patrick Mahomes? Was what's going on in Philly? I keep bringing up Philly because, my boy, Matty Ice, big-time Eagles fan, he talks about it, if it wasn't for the tush push, they would have scored less.
Yep.
Josh Allen didn't have his greatest game. And who knows what's going on with Justin Herbert with the Chargers because he's in the MVP conversation. The only quarterback right now that has been on the same wavelength as he's been the entire season, another former number 1 pick, Baker Mayfield.
Yep. I like Baker.
He lost his top 2 receivers and lost his rookie
Abuka.
Yeah, and who was balling out. And he still wins. And then he resorts to Johnson & Johnson, and he still wins.
Is that why you went out and picked up? I'm sorry.
Yes, I did. As a matter of fact, because if Abuka ain't going to be able to play,
I got him in my other league. Yep.
You got to have somebody to throw to, and he's going to throw to Johnson & Johnson because Baker, I'm so happy for him because Trevor Lawrence. There's questions. Matthew Stafford, great number 1 pick after he left Detroit. No offense, Detroit. Jameis Winston, backup. Bryce Young. I mean, did they win because of him? But Caleb, best first overall pick in NFL history. And all anybody wants to do is say, I don't believe in him. The Mad Dog Mike or whatever his name is.
Oh, yeah.
He's talking about how dare he get upset with Troy Aikman because of, how dare he question Troy Aikman. He wasn't questioning Troy Aikman. He was questioning the fact that, yes, they didn't have the pregame meeting because he was in the lab doing work. If he was BSing, I can understand. And every comment during the game of, he missed Zacchaeus and he dropped it because Caleb threw it the wrong way.
Oh, yeah. What the hell was that about? How is that? Wait, yeah, hold on. I know we're coming close. Listen, I put that on my Facebook. Troy Aikman said that it hit the receiver in the hands, but he threw it on the outside, and Caleb missed that opportunity. It hit the receiver in the hands.
Yeah.
How was that Caleb's fault?
Burden's catching that.
Oh, my God.
I fully believe that the way that Burden's played and the plays that were thrown to him, he's catching that, and he had pure daylight. There was another play that bounced off of bounced off, and it would have been the guy had open daylight. I think it was the one that went to Loveland. Loveland would have had open daylight, would have had his first touchdown. But that everybody in their mind, oh, that's on Caleb. That's on Caleb. Caleb doesn't have the accuracy. Yeah. Caleb this, Caleb that. I don't get it anymore because there's only a few quarterbacks in the league right now is leading their team the way he's doing. He's not making mistakes. Yeah. Yes, they don't score on every drive. Nobody does. Drake May balling out in New England. If he misses a receiver, you're not going to hear them saying, "Oh, they picked the wrong guy." We beat Jaden Daniels, and there was some people who had the nerve to say Jaden Daniels played better than Caleb Williams. No, he didn't. Not one bit. Jaden Daniels got outplayed by Caleb Williams in last year's game and this year's game. The Hail Mary saved his ass. I mean, his stats proved it. If you take the Hail Mary away,
I agree.
What more can I say? And I think winning, just keep winning, shut everybody up. Because guaranteed, I forget who it was. I think it was Kay Adams, who's another Bears fan that used to be on the NFL Network. She now has her own show. She has a feeling that we're going to be 7-2 by the time we face the Vikings again.
Well, I like her.
And to me, the only game that I have a serious question in is what Baltimore team are we going to go up against?
Right.
I think we're going to win against the Saints. I think we're going to beat the Bengals, and I think we're going to beat the Giants. The Ravens game is the question mark. And if we go into the game against Minnesota with a winning record, and how many games would that be?
Sorry. In Minnesota, that would be an 8-game win streak.
Would it? No.
8 or 9.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It would be our 8th if we win that. So we're going to go in there with a 7-game win streak, confidence, and there are a number of coaches you see talk during the game, before the game, and it was like, and they showed it with the difference between him and Eberflus. Eberflus was talking like, hey. But every player is just dialed in and talking about Chicago, and I think we're going to shut people up. I think my fellow podcasters, my buddies from the BWO podcast, you're going to be owing us a case of beer. And I just wanted to throw that out there again because don't think I'm not keeping receipts.
Like beer.
Just saying. And they were part of the inspiration for doing this because they love their Bills. We love our Bears. And it's been so much fun every week getting to talk what I talk about all the time and annoy the shit out of people. It doesn't annoy him.
You still here? Oh, yeah. Hell no, you never annoy me, bro. This is why we get along. This is what we do. Oh, yeah, it's fun. It's easy.
In the immortal words of Mark Henry, it's what I do. Just saying. And again, to everybody, thank you for tuning in to this week's episode. Hopefully, we'll be continuing the momentum and be in a better mood next week than we are this week, and we're in a good mood.
We are.
Let's keep it going.
Absolutely.
Bear down.
Listen, for Big Will,
J-Dubs, this is the Bear Broz Podcast.
Thank you all. Love you all.